Welcome back, everybody, to yet another From Screen to Shelf review. I am Chase. I am one of the three beautiful souls that makes up this wonderful channel. I am actually super excited for what I have to talk to you all about today. We're actually going to go back to a release from around summer of 2022 to what I consider to be one of the greatest movies I've watched in the last 5 years, at least in its genre. I'm sure if I really started thinking about it, it might start having some competition, but this movie has a very special place in my soul. Stay tuned. Alright guys, as you know from the title and the description and the thumbnail, it is Summer of '84 by Gunpowder and Sky, distributed and restored or mastered to 4K in this edition that was available on Vinegar Syndrome's website during partner month of that year. This movie, I want to say, came out around 2019, 2020. It's been out for a few years now. But I did buy it, and it really was one of the most rewarding movies from front to back and biggest surprises that I have sat down to watch, and it's a damn near perfect movie. From beginning to end, everything about this. I'm going to go on to more detail about that here in a second, and we're going to skip my usual Shwomp style unboxing from over there, and since there is quite a bit going on here, but not enough for me to take you over there to the showcasing booth, I'm just going to show you right here. So, without further ado, we've got a nice little full slip, courtesy of Gunpowder and Sky. Just like that, main character peeping through the window. There's the spine right there. And this is what the back looks like whenever you take that bad boy out. And that's what the front looks like. Inside is white. Beautiful full slip. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And a nice little 360 view of that. Then we've got the Amaray, which this version is still available. All that I just took off does not come with it, but you can still get this one, I think, religiously on sale during Vinegar Syndrome sales, and especially during partner month. This specific one probably runs you about $30 for just this set. I could very easily recommend it for $30. I don't know about a 4K specific, but just getting the movie in any category, I'm going to recommend any which way that you can enjoy films to get it. You don't necessarily have to enjoy it in the 4K format, just because I find it to be such a rich and rewarding movie. And it does have alternate slip art on the inside as well, which I will show you with the missing carton. So there's that. And then the inside comes with the missing carton box as well, which, shabam, is hiding a Blu-ray back there with a BD66 4K right there. So why, again, did I want to talk about such an older release? Because I love this movie. Regardless, I just wanted to talk about it. Whether we're talking about specifically the 4K, I'm going to dive into this also. But I just wanted to preach the love of this movie and how much fun I had with this whenever I did watch it. So, just to read the synopsis off the back, I'll just give you the most bare bones plot summary. Summer 1984, the perfect time to be 15 years old and free. But when neighborhood conspiracy theorist Davy Armstrong begins to suspect his police officer neighbor might be the serial killer all over the local news, he and his three best friends begin an investigation that soon turns dangerous. That sounds very generic, and why I skipped on this for so long. I think I got this, I want to say a little bit after it released, because I was able to get the full slip edition. But I did not get it whenever it was announced. It was one of Gunpowder and Sky's initial 4Ks. This is genuinely one of the biggest plot twists in a movie that I have seen in a while. This movie, man, I sometimes hate saying 10 out of 10, but man, it's a damn near perfect movie. It has that Goonies, Super 8, that Steven Spielberg, J.J. Abrams feel to it, right? It has that, not kid venture, but literally by explaining like those two titles, you should really know what you're getting into. I would say this definitely falls more in lieu, like on the darker side with Super 8, with a lot more horror going into it and psychological thriller. then I would say The Goonies. The Goonies, I want to say, is because the very like initial setup and everything is very Goonies-like. It's very lighthearted until it starts progressing. This has some of the best pacing in a movie that I've ever seen. This really is a damn near masterpiece of a movie. It's phenomenal. This movie was directed by a trio. They did another movie called Turbo Kid, which, if you're familiar with that one, that's like the one that kind of looks like Mad Max knockoff-ish. It's a trio that goes by the like group name of RKSS, and their names is Francois Simard, Anouk Wissel, Johan Carl Wissel. So, however that dynamic is, I'm glad that they did it because it bloomed something beautiful. On this 4K restoration, we also have an audio commentary with those three filmmakers and the director collective that I did mention, a blooper reel, a new interview with composer and cinematographer Jean-Philippe Bernier, and composer Jean-Nicolas Loupy, if you say that right, Loupy. New interview with filmmakers of the same trio, Demonetron, the Sixth Dimension short film by RKSS, gallery of storyboards and behind-the-scenes photographs. So, without further ado, getting into how the 4K looks like, it looks pretty awesome. I would say it's not necessarily a reference 66, as I like to call it, because most reference quality movies, they don't always have to be BD100s, like Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know if a lot of people watching this knew, that's a BD66, and that was considered to be reference quality for the absolute longest time. Then Across the Spider-Verse came out, and then it looks just as good, if not better, depending on how you feel, right? Summer of '84 really is something that you need to check out. The very end of this movie, it takes turns that you just would not expect. Everybody that I have talked to this movie about that has actually seen it loves it. That twist at the end is one of, if you put yourself in the shoes of this individual and you start thinking about like, well, damn, you know, I've got to watch my back at every turn. I've got to do this. There's nothing I can do and all hope is lost. It gives you an actual sense of dread for the main character that you follow in here. And it's just absolutely amazing. I forget the exact actor's name, but he also is the guy that played, he was a very, very vocal civil rights activist during that period in Mad Men. He's the one with the glasses, a little bit heavier set. I totally forget his name. But I love him. Mad Men, I've said before, it's one of my absolute favorite television series of all times. So to see him play the villain in this was an absolute treat. It really just elevated it because I love seeing like Elizabeth Moss, John Hamm, that entire cast from Mad Men really do well after that series ended because I loved Mad Men. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. So yeah, that's going to be kind of a little short summary. It is a 5.1 audio track on the 4K by Gunpowder and Sky specifically. However, you can watch this movie, stream it, rent it, Blu-ray, DVD. There's a freaking Laserdisc out there. If you're watching it in a laser light show out in the sky, a drive-in, however you can get a hold of this movie, I really just wanted to put this video out there to really spread the love and gospel for this movie. It's one of my favorite movies, like I said, that I have watched, at least in this genre. I'm sure I would probably correct myself if I said top 5 or top 10 over the last 5 years that I've ever watched, because I've watched so many movies over the last 5 years. So Summer of '84 is definitely one of the most rewarding, with one of the greatest twists in a movie. I will say that on record. One of the greatest twists in a movie that I have ever seen. Repeat, ever seen. I highly recommend you watch it. Stick with it. It's a very tight hour and 45-minute runtime. I can't give it enough kudos, condolences, everything in between. So with that being said, I'm going to keep this video really short. I just wanted to spread the love and awareness of Summer of '84. So without further ado, that's going to be Chase with From Screen to Shelf signing off. Thank you guys so much for all of your love, support, and positive criticism. Please sound off in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this. Did you like this movie as much as I did? A lot of people I know liked it maybe even more than I did. Did you not like it at all? I'd be curious, please. If you did not like this movie, let's start some dialogue. I'm super curious about what you did not like about it. So, till next time, guys, this is From Screen to Shelf, signing out.